Hello guys, you're welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how I sew this Victorian corset you are watching on the screen right now. I'm going to be showing you how I sew it from beginning to the end. I'm going to be showing you step by step on how I sew it. So let's get into the work without wasting much of our time. If you are yet to watch the cutting tutorial of this, just check back on the page. You are going to see it there where I show how I cut it from beginning to the how I cut the front half length, how I cut the back half length, and how I cut the yoke, how I cut the sleeve as well. You're going to see it there so that you can watch it. So this is it on the table after I'm done sewing it. This is it. So let's get back to work now and see how it goes. So the first thing I'm going to do is to join our half length, the bustier in the front. That is the first thing I'm going to join. So I'm going to place this facing each other. Just see how I'm going to sew it. You're going to just sew it straight down as it is. So you are going to join it one after the other, and when you are joining it, make sure that at least you join it with half of an inch. Even if it's more than that, there's no problem if you can join it more than that, but just to make sure that what you had, the sewing allowance you had, that is what you use to join it, so that at the end of the day your fabric will not be too small. You get it? So that you now have shorter fabric. So you are going to join it one after the other. What you cut, it's what you are going to join. I hope you are getting it. So the first thing I joined was to join number 1 with number 2, and we know our number 1 is the middle part, while the one beside is the number 2. So this is it. Don't mind the material. The material I use is Mikado material. So you are going to notch the underbust area. Just notch it so that by the time you want to iron it, it will be very, very easy to iron, because you are going to go ahead after joining it. You are going to go ahead and open it with our iron and make sure that you iron it very well. So after you are done joining this one, we are going to join all, like the front cuts. You can join, I don't know how you used to join your dress. You can join from the down part to the upper part, or you can join from the upper part to the down part. I join both. At times I join from the down part to the upper part. Then at times I join from the upper part to the down part. Anyone, you are free to do it. Just do what is best for you, what you know that it works for you. That is what you should always do. I hope you are getting it. And make sure that anytime you are doing your work, make sure that you always cut your thread. Always make sure that you cut your thread. So this is it. So we are going to go ahead now and join this other side as well. So this is what I have after I join it. This is, the person bustier is not big. The person bustier is not big. That's why it looks this small. I hope you are getting it. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to go ahead and open it, iron it very well. So while we are doing that, let's continue with the back piece while we take this for ironing. This is our back piece that we cut in the cutting tutorial. We are going to go ahead and join this one as well, one after the other. We are going to join it one after the other, just like we did for the front piece. So you are going to join 1 with 2, then you are going to join 2 with 3. You know we number it when we cut it. So, and this is the back piece. So the back piece is going to be 2 pieces. You are going to join your 1 with your 2, then your 2 with your 3. Then you leave that one aside. Then you repeat the same thing for the second side as well. Sure you get. So just the way I'm joining it, that's how you're going to join it. So after we are done joining it, the next thing we are going to do is to take this as well for ironing. We are going to go ahead and open this as well. We are going to open it as well. We are going to open this one as well. So after we open it, we move to the next procedure before we put our boning on them. So here is the back piece. We already opened the back piece. This is the back piece. Can you see? So after opening it, this is what I have. This is it. Can you see? This is what we have at the back piece. This is this is the down part, while this is the upper part, the one that faces us is the up. So the next thing we are going to do now is to go ahead and fix our boning. Just leave half of an inch at least at the upper part, then you leave half of an inch as well at the down part, then you stitch your boning down. You are going to stitch it down. So I will just bring it back after sewing it, so that because of the time, so I'll just fix your boning here as well, though I'll be showing you. So after sewing it, I'll bring it back for you to see. So this is it after I already had the boning, just like I said. So I already sewed it with the boning. So I'm going to open it for you to see now. This is it. So after you are done sewing it with boning, you are going to go ahead again and iron it. Very, very important. So this is it after I had boning. So what I did was that I had extra one boning at this part. This place that I'm touching here, this is the zip side. The zip side area, I had one extra boning there, just to make it 3 boning. You can make it as many boning as you like, as many panel as you like. If you like, you can make the back like 6 panel. The more you add your boning, the more you snatch, it will snatch your waist. You get it? So the next thing I'm going to do now is that I'm going to go ahead and turn this with lining. That's the first thing I always do. Normally, if you like, you can first add your yoke. You can first stitch down your yoke with the fabric, then you use your lining to turn it. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not doing that. I'm going to first turn it. I'll first turn it with lining, then I will go ahead and add my yoke to it. Then I'll go ahead and add my yoke to it. But right now, I'm going to first turn it with lining. I hope you are getting it. So here is our lining. We already opened the lining as well. You know you are going to cut your lining just the same way you cut your main fabric. That is how you are going to cut your lining. So I'll go ahead. I will stitch the upper part. I will stitch the side, the zip side, and I will stitch the other side as well. So here is my front body. This is it. I already ironed it. We don't have light, so I used to iron on it somehow. So this is it anyway. This is what I have. I already opened it. I already open it. Can you see? So the next thing we are going to do now is that we are going to fix our bony on it. So I'm going to be using only sewable bony. I will not be using I won't be using non-sewable again. I won't be using it. I want comfort. I don't want anything that will make me this thing. So I'm not going to add the yoke yet, just like I did for the back piece, just like I'm going to do for the back piece. I'm not adding my yoke yet. First of all, I'm going to fix my bony on this piece. But before that, you know, when we're cutting it, for the yoke, everything here is 6 inches that we remove for the yoke. I just measure the yoke, so it's 6 inches, and the personal length is 15. So I'm going to go ahead now and mark that 15 out. So this is, just place your tape measuring like this and just mark this is where our 15 is. So I'm just going to cut it, just to cut my V shape before I start to fix my boning on it. I need to cut the V shape, so make sure that you arrange it very well before you cut your V shape out. So I'm going to go ahead now and cut it out just like this. Can you see that? This is what I did. That's all. So after doing it like this, the next thing I'm going to do now is to start fixing my bony one after the other. If you don't know how to fix your bony, I will advise you to wash this carefully. And here is my lining as well. I already opened the lining. I already opened it with, so I'm going to use the front piece to cut the lining. I will use the main fabric rather. I'll use the main fabric to cut the lining. I'm supposed to cut this on the table, but let's just cut it and start fixing the bony. So I'm just going to go ahead. So this is the lining. So we are going to put the lining aside and start fixing our boning. So this is the boning. If you don't know how to place your boning when you are fixing it on your fabric, this is non-sewable, but presently I'm not using the non-sewable boning again. I'll be using the sewable. I'll be using the sewable boning on this thing. So let me measure the boning for us to see. I think the boning is not up to half of an inch. It's quarter of an inch plus. Oh, I think, yes, this is it. This is it. So you see, here's the boning, quarter of an inch plus 1 stick. That is the measurement of the boning. So let's start to fix our boning right now. When you are fixing it, can you see? This is the boning, right? This one, this cuff place, just use the other way around. And if you fix this boning on your dress and it's cuffy kind of, just use your hand to bend the clothes. Use your hand to bend it. It will straight. When you are fixing it, leave at least half of an inch before you don't leave at least half of an inch from the beginning before you start to. And see the way I place it. I am sewing it inside this your channel, inside this thing. Just put it inside, and when you are sewing it, make sure that the boning touch the seam, the stitches, the joining. Make sure that you put it. Just try and do it this way. So here at the end of this as well, you are going to leave half inch or 1 inches at the down part as well. So this is how you are going to fix your boning one after the other till you finish doing it. This is how you are going to do it till you are going to finish fixing it. So you are going to put another one inside the side as well, because we are going to be putting 2 boning on each channel. You're going to be putting 2 bony on each channel. Can you see the way I'm doing it? This is how you are going to fix it, one after the other. Don't forget to make sure that you cut it too. Don't forget to cut it. Make sure that it's not equal with the fabric. Make sure that the boning is not equal with the fabric. I hope you are getting it. So this is how you are going to continue fixing it. Now, I'm not going to forward the bustier area so that you will see how I'm going to do the bustier side, like the one we are going to do just now, which is this is the back view. This is how it's going to look like after you. So let's assume that you want to put a non-sewable boning. After putting the sewable boning, the same place you put the sewable boning, you are just going to add your non-sewable boning inside. So it will be 2 boning inside 1 channel. But I don't want to put the non-sewable boning again. I said it that I'm going to be using both, but I'm not using it again. Peradventure, maybe in another tutorial, I'm going to do that. So when you are doing this bustier area, you have to be very careful and make sure that you, just the way I'm doing it, just watch how I'm going to be doing it, so that by the time you want to make your own, it will not look somehow. I don't know why my thread is cutting. So when you are doing this place, make sure that you are very careful at this bustier area. It's very simple. It's not that it's hard. Just follow what you sew. What you sew earlier is what you want to follow at this part, so that it will not be boggy. You get what I'm saying? So this is how you are going to continue fixing it. There is something I want to show you in this tutorial, so I will advise you not to forward it yet. Don't forward it, because I'm going to show you something very unique in this place. Because you can see that when I was creating my channel, I created only 1 piece. I create only 1 piece of channel. So I'm going to be creating another channel here now. Without cutting it into pieces, I'm going to be adding more boning to this dress. So I will advise you to wash it too. I will soon finish here, or maybe I should forward this place, then when I get to where I want to explain to you. Just make sure that you arrange it very well, so that by the time you are done sewing it, it will come out so fine and it will snatch your waist. You get what I'm saying? So it will snatch your waist very well. So the same way you are going to make sure that you insert your boning, just make sure that you don't put it from the beginning. Another thing is, if you put your boning, if you put it first time and the thing look boggy, use another way around. It's very simple. Use the other way around of the boning. If you put it in one way and it's puffy kind of, use the other way. Anyone that you use that, it's okay. That's the one you continue to use. It's very simple. I hope you get what I say here now. So can you see the way I'm doing the bustier area? Just the way you do the side, that's the way you are going to do it. Just make sure that you do it neatly, that is not boggy. That is it. make sure that you always cut your bony. Can you see that? So the same way we sewed this place, that is how we are going to sew the other side as well. The other side, make sure that you cut all the thread. You know the thread is cutting, so I have to cut all the. So this is it. I'm done with this place. Now what I said I want to show you, it's here. So I will advise you to watch this one closely, because this is my method though. Before you people come at me, this method, I use it and it works perfectly for me. So I'm going to rule another channel without cutting the fabric into pieces. So I'll just rule more 3 channel here. So I'm just going to use my this thing to rule it out. This is my method. Like I said, this method is also very simple. Since I'm going to be turning it with lining, so you are not going to see what I fix inside. So after you create this, after you mark out your chalk, you are going to take your bony and you are going to sew it. So it's going to be double stitch now, since it's not inside channel. So you are going to double stitch it at the right side and the left side. Just watch how I'm going to do it. I hope you are getting it. If there's anything you don't understand in this tutorial, don't hesitate to ask question. You understand? Ask question, like I always say. When you ask question and somebody answer you, you clarify your doubt on that. So you're going to, since you are doing it like this, it's going to be sew on both sides. So this is how you are going to create another channel inside it. Just let me finish and you see the final look of it. This is it. This is it. So you are going to do the other one as well, just the same way we did the first one. So this is the back piece. That is that about that anyway. So I'm going to show you how it looks like after I'm done ironing the front panel. There is the back piece. You know, I said it the other time that I took it for ironing. After I turned the upper part, the side and the other side as well, I just pinned the yoke. I just pinned the yoke with it. So the next thing I'm going to do now is you are going to stitch the yoke, very tiny stitch, so that even if somebody moves so close to you, they might not know that you stitch it. You are going to stitch it very, very tiny and very clean, so that people will not know that you stitch at that place. I hope you are getting it. I'm not saying you should use this method. You can decide to stitch your yoke before you turn it with lining, but I love to do this in case of incasity. Doing it like this makes it easier for me to fix anything I want to fix, if there is any complaint or anything like that. So let me measure this place, the space I leave in between. So from here I leave 3 inch and 1 stick. This is it, 3 inches. That is what I leave before I fix the yoke. So I'm going to go ahead now and stitch the second one as well, just the same way we stitched the first one. I hope you are getting it. So this is it. This is what we have. This is how our bags look like. So what I'm going to do now, this is the back anyway. Can you see? Here is our back. So what we are going to do now is that we are going to join this back piece with the down part of the back. You know, it's a gown. What we have here is a gown. So we are going to You are going to join it. This is our back. Here is our back piece. Here is our back piece, like I said. So we are going to join the back piece now. So I'm going to place the two back on top of each other. This is it. This is the two back. So I'm going to go to the table now and mark what we need to do out. So just like I was saying, this is the back piece now. I'm on the table. So I place the two on top of each other. After placing it like this, the next thing I'm going to do is to mark what we need. So I'm going to remove the half length, which is 15. Then from this waistline, I will leave 9 inches. Yes, from the waistline, I will leave 9 inches. From the waistline, I will leave 9 inches. Then from this 9 inches, from the down parts, for the slit at the back, I will leave 20.5. I think I leave 20.5. From the down parts, I leave 20.5. Then I mark out 1 inches. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to sew from here to here. That is where I'm sewing from this back down parts. So the down part is for the slit area, and the first one I make, which is this place, is for the zip, not is for the zip. So I'm going to go to the machine right now and go ahead and stitch it. But before that, don't forget that you are going to take your darts. You are going to take darts for the back piece. So this is it. I'm going to be using 5 inches as the dart big for plus this, so plus the zip allowance. So 5 by 6 inches. That is what I'm going to be using for the dart. 5 by 6 inches. I hope you are getting it. So let's go to the machine and see. So this is it. Just like I said, you are going to sew it just to this place and stop. This is what you are going to sew. It's okay. So we are going to stop right here. So we leave 9 inches for the zip at the back side, and I leave 20 inches for the slit at the down part. Then I'm going to take my dart as well. So this is where, so I'm going to go ahead and take the dart. Just like I said, we use 5 by 6 for our dart taking. 5 by 6 inches. You understand? 5 by 6 inches. This is it. This is what I have after. Here is what I have after doing the darts. So you are going to go ahead and take the dart for the second piece as well. So after we are done taking the darts, the next thing we are going to do is to join the back half length piece. We are going to join the back half length with the down parts. Now I will advise you to watch how I'm going to join it, in case if maybe when you are doing your own, it's buggy, or when the customer wear it, the back always looks somehow. I will advise you, if you fall in that category, I will advise you to watch how I'm going to join the back half length with this piece. I will advise you to watch it so that by the time you want to make your own, this one that you're going to be making after this one you are watching right now is going to come out so beautiful, and there will not be any mistake. So what you are going to do is that from the zip allowance area here, can you see? From the zip, mark your 2.5 inches. I will advise you to use 2.5. Yes, mark 2.5 inches here. So then you are going to sew it straight. So you are leaving 2.5 inches at this part. You are leaving 2.5 inches, and you are sewing with half of an inch or ½ inch and quarter. I hope you are getting it. So this is where I'm going to end this tutorial right now. So in the part 2, we are going to continue from here. We are going to continue from where we stop in the part 2. This is how it's going to look like after you join it. Can you see? This is how it's going. This is how it's supposed to look like after you join it. So I will show you. So just like I was saying, so just the same way we fixed the first one, you are going to fix the second one like that. Just make sure that you measure it too. Make sure that you measure it so that one will not be bigger than the second one. You understand? Make sure that you measure. Measurement is very important in sewing. Very, very important. Except if you are a pro. There are some people that they are very good, So this is it. So this is where we are going to start from in the part 2 of this tutorial. I'm going to be showing you how you are going to fix your zip that it will lay very well on your body, and how you are going to join your body, how you are going to do that, this one and that. You understand? So see you guys in the part 2. God bless you. Bye.